Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where we'll be discussing some of the creepiest things kids have said to their parents. Children are known for being innocent and pure, but every once in a while they'll come out with something that will make your skin crawl. These stories are gathered from different sources and some of them are truly chilling. One parent shared a story about their child's imaginary friend which turned out to be anything but imaginary. The child would always talk about a man who would visit them at night and play with them. When the parent asked the child to describe the man, they said that he was tall and had black eyes. One night, the parent woke up to find the child playing with a man who fit that exact description. The parent was horrified and immediately removed the child from the room. Another parent shared a story about their child's strange fascination with their own death. The child would constantly talk about how they were going to die and what it would be like. The parent brushed it off as the child just being morbid. But one day, the child turned to the parent and said, "When I die, can I come back and haunt you?" The parent was understandably freaked out and didn't know how to respond. One of the creepiest things a child can say to their parents is something that they couldn't possibly know. For example, a parent shared a story about their child who had never met their great-grandfather. But one day, the child said, "I miss Grandpa." The parent was confused and said, "You never met Grandpa. How can you miss him?" The child responded by saying, "He talks to me at night." The parent was understandably creeped out. Another parent shared a story about their child who had an imaginary friend named Mr. Shadow. The child would often talk to Mr. Shadow and even set a place for him at the dinner table. One day, the parent asked the child where Mr. Shadow was, and the child pointed to the corner of the room and said, "He is standing right there." The parent couldn't see anything, but the child insisted that Mr. Shadow was watching them. One of the most disturbing stories involves a child who seemed to have a connection to a deceased family member. The child would often talk about their grandfather who had passed away. But one day, the child said, "Grandpa told me that he doesn't like it when you fight with Grandma." The parent was confused and asked the child to explain. But the child just smiled and said, "He talks to me all the time." The parent was understandably shaken by this revelation. Finally, one parent shared a story about their child who had an imaginary friend named the Red Man. The child would often talk about the Red Man who always watching them. One day, the parent asked the child to describe the Red Man, and the child said, "He is tall and wears a red suit. He has black eyes and a big smile." The parent was horrified and immediately banned any mention of the Red Man from the house. In conclusion, these stories are just a few examples of the creepy things kids have said to their parents. Children are known for their imaginations, but sometimes their words can be downright terrifying. It's important to listen to your children and take their fears seriously even if they seem irrational. After all, you never know what they might be sensing that you can't see. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.